It don't cost you nothing. Good afternoon, y'all. Good afternoon. I had to jump out. That was a good live that Quiet Storm put on today. Very revealing. I don't have anybody in the chat yet, but that's okay. Hi, Jess. How are you? That was real interesting, wasn't it? Can you hear me okay, sweetie? Am I too low? Hey, Big Mama. Hi, Jess. Can you hear me? Okay, good. Some people said I was too low. Hi, baby. How you doing, sweetie? I am here and accounted for. Good. As long as y'all can hear me, I'm good. It turned out okay today. Yep, Unc is in the house. Briefly, at least. Oh, my goodness, it's hot in here. Yeah, come on in here. That was very, 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 very interesting, to say the least. Thank you, my love. I will. Okay, I'm just going to wait a little while before people come in. Give everybody time to get situated. Hey, Simone. How are you, Simone? How's it going, love? I suppose Quiet's still live right now. I had to jump off and start this one. Jess, is he still live? I'm doing good, Simone. It's great to see you today. Oh, I'm doing wonderful. I don't know if these are hot flashes or it's just hot in here. But I'm doing good, doing good. I hope you're doing good as well. Boss lady, how you doing, sweetheart? Justice for Angie Stone. That's right. 2 months today. Rest in heaven, sweetheart. Yes. Rest in heaven, Angie. Big Mama said, what did I miss? Been a little busy with my business. What has Quiet Storm been up to? Oh, he released some information today, sweetheart. He got a hold of some court documents today and dropped them on us. Shaina Shell is something else. I'm just going to put it like that. She's a mess. She made a mistake. Big mistake. But yeah, I would encourage, if you didn't get to watch his live, try to watch the replay from today. It was a big one. It was a very big one. So, yeah, anybody that hasn't seen Quiet Storm FM's live stream, it still may be even going on, for all I know. I had to hop out. But if you haven't had a chance to see it today, I suggest you definitely take a look at the replay. It was a lot of information. Gives you food for thought, that's for sure. Yeah. So if you could excuse me for just a moment, I just gotta I ain't got up to use the bathroom or nothing. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta use the bathroom. So be right back. I'm sorry. I forgot to unmute myself. Um, yeah, she is not only a piece of work, but she's a piece of something else. There's a lot of something else going on with her. And I have to agree with the doctor. Uh, those are not children anymore. These are two grown children. Michael and Diamond are grown children. Hey, Marzella. How are you, sweetheart? Marzella C's in the house. Yeah, it looks like he's probably still going on. I hope he stops by so he can uh, add a little bit more context to some things that, people didn't quite catch in his live stream. Jess, do you know if he still is he still live right now? Oh, thank you, Marzella C, for the $5 super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. Oh, yes, it is very appreciated because this has been one roller coaster. This has been one big roller coaster. And I hope that we can get to the bottom of this soon because this is crazy. It's very crazy. That woman had all kind of snakes around her. And if they could do it to her, they could do it. Somebody could do it to us. We need to know what to watch out for in our surroundings. You know, unfortunately, she should have never went out like that. Just not just the accident, but her financial situation. She should have never, as brilliant as she was in the music industry, she should have never went out like that. Awful. I still listen to Tony and Dr. Charles, and I agree on everything. Me too, boss lady. I agree with him too. I agree with him too. Those are two grown people. Those kids, they are not children. They are her children, but they are grown. You know, Michael. is a grown man. And I think she put that thing on him. You know, that's how some of them folks do, you know, especially considering the fact that she's a two-time convicted prostitute. You know, that's what she does best, on top of ripping people off, you know. But man, that's some foul stuff. That is some foul stuff. And ain't no telling who else. Hi, Urban Media Productions. How you doing, sweetie? Good to see you. Did you happen to catch Quiet Storms live today? It was very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, I encourage you to look at the replay because it was very eye opening. And it makes you think as well. You know, I mean, I've always been a person that, you know, tries to think on a level of common sense. Oh, 720. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, my room is small, but that's okay. I had to jump out because I try to stay consistent. You know, I can't sit on the internet all day, all night. I just can't, you know. So when I say 5 o'clock, hi, Rena. I love you too, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I can't sit on the computer all night, you know. So when I say 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I got to do what I said I'm going to do. So, but yeah, I was really into his live. It was really a trip. Just had to go. But we can still talk about what he was delivering on his channel. I have a question for everyone. Has anyone thought about the timing of Angie's death? It's right before the Diddy trial. Even though they still talk about him, the focus went on Angie. I believe all of it. And you know what? That's an interesting point, Big Mama. That's a very interesting point. Yes, they are connected to the same people. My voice is so soft. Am I not loud? Am I not loud enough, Urban? Can you hear me okay? They told me earlier that my voice was too soft, so I had to turn everything up. Is this okay? Is it loud enough? But judging from what you said, Big Mama, you're absolutely right. It does seem like there is something to the timing. Hi, Lady of Elegance. How are you? Hi, DN. The silence. Thank you so much. Sometimes I think I'm talking too low and I'm not speaking out enough, so I just want to make sure. Yes, just soft. Oh, okay. My ear is to the phone. Okay. I used to be somewhat of a loud mouth. I guess I lost some of that along the way. But yeah, looking at the timing of her demise right before the Diddy trial. Wow, you are like the Matrix. In what way, DN? What, did I just jumped out from one into another? I'm on another plane right now. But yeah, I all of that stuff is connected. Yes, I did switch up. Hi, Lauren C. How are you, sweetheart? Yeah, I switched up. I'm consistent. What can I say? You want the link, sweetheart? Okay, hold on just a second. There you go, sweetheart. Hi, millionaires. How you doing, sweetheart? Tony is getting ready to sign off. I'm new at this. I'm geriatric. Pass. You and Tony, but I've been following him since day one. I enjoy your talk show. Thank you. Thank you so much. Brittany, the Oracle. Protected by God. Hi, sweetie. Yes, yes. And here we enter this place of peace after such chaos and talking about Angie. Hi, Valerie. Hi, Philly Phil. Good evening from North Carolina. Hello, North Carolina. Yes, yes. We just gonna. I put the link in the chat for you, sweetheart. You wanted to come up. Yeah, Urban Media Productions is coming up shortly. And it is so nice to see y'all. So nice to see y'all. But I think we have a lot to talk about. Okie dokie, here we go.
Hi, Auntie.
Hey, baby, how are you?
Okay, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine.
Oh, okay. Hello, chat, everyone. Thank you for letting me up. I wanted to be able to just express from what I observed over there
Yes.
at Quiet Storm. Plus, I did get a chance I wanted to mention that I did make a comment over there, but I've been staying in the clouds because I wanted to be able to express myself here that
Yes,
I
ma'am.
feel that I can. You
Yes.
know, last night, I'm not going to go into names of other content creators, but the observation I was over there and the brother and sister was in that chat. Okay, I'm speaking a little bit in code, but if when I could say Diamond and Michael was in that chat.
Oh, okay.
You hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
So when it came in, um, I immediately saw that, and people were saying, "Oh, they're in the chat now." And
Mm.
so I was in the bushes, but I did come out the bushes, and I said, "Well, could y'all at least acknowledge them? That they're here, And
Mm-hmm.
Diamond wrote back and say, "I don't need acknowledgement." And then it all started with Michael saying that uh, clout tra- clout chasing is a drug.
Mm.
So, and then the response with his sister replied back to him, like with the with his name and stuff like that. And
Uh-huh.
she was like, "Yeah, you're right. Cloud chasing is a drug." So, what I'm gathering, I'm not getting off subject, but I'm just saying, from just that alone, um, even with the person that was had that had the platform last night, it seems like that the son and daughter is not involved with anyone.
Mm.
Okay,
You
that
said the
they have.
platform last night. What are you referring to last night? You talking about last
Okay,
night's
I didn't
stream?
want to be because I didn't want to bring nothing to your platform,
Oh,
nor
okay.
Storm's platform, but
Yes, ma'am.
um, they were at the other music content creators platform last night.
The other music content creators. Not ours, but are you saying they were at Quiet Storms?
No, they was not at Quiet Storm.
Oh,
I
someone other
don't
than
want to put
us.
I don't mind sharing names, but I don't want anything
Understand.
like coming towards your platform and
Okay.
thinking like, we're over here making trouble when we're not. I'm
Yes,
just
ma'am.
making this conversation stemming from that observation last night because of what was stated, the things that were stated with Quiet Storm. And I'm like, okay, Um, if anyone was to watch that, or people in the chat probably already know what I'm talking about. The the consultation person that was supposed to have taken over uh, Angie's for her royalties. I was in that chat last night.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, are you there now?
Okay, I believe yeah, I see some names in the chat, so I
Oh, okay,
understand what you're
but see, I
saying.
didn't. You understand? I'm protecting you, and it's
I
not like I'm,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
know,
Yes,
like
ma'am.
nothing like dog bring a bone, carry a bone, none
Right.
of that. But
Right.
it's just from the observation of just seeing that alone, and that's about one of the closest persons or people that they can put their hands on. This is
Mhm.
why I'm making that statement like
I
this.
understand. Yes, I
So
understand what you're
if they're
saying.
very nonchalant about like that and offering them respect, like they don't want to be bothered and they want people to stop talking about their mother because
Understood.
they're saying that I wish you all would stop clout chasing.
Mm. Okay. Um I would have to say
Are you kind of taking
in
back?
well, and I'm not quite understanding how, well, I don't consider this as clout chasing if you want to get down to the
No,
bottom
no,
of
no, no,
something
no.
that
Let's just keep it general. Don't put no you or nobody. All right.
anybody, I'm saying
That the
anybody
person
that
had.
is looking for justice for Angie Stone is what I'm saying. Is that what they're referring to? Justice for Angie Stone?
All right. So they had a guest on last night that was a part of Angie Stone's music and productions and, working together, who
Mm-hmm.
actually introduced Stone. Oh, I ain't want to say the name, but that's who I'm referring to. Okay.
Okay,
For
okay,
them to get together to help find Angie's royalties.
okay, yes.
And he was given an interview to um, a person.
Uh huh.
Do you want me to call names? I'll call names.
No, no,
I
no,
just
no, no.
didn't
If
want
you're
like
not
I'm
comfortable
just.
calling names, then don't call names if you're not comfortable with that.
No,
I'm
I'm
gonna.
just doing this for you. I don't care about as far as me. But
Yeah,
if
because
you want me to call, huh?
I'm not clear as to what I didn't see this last night, so I'm not sure I know what you're talking about. So, I
Okay.
mean, it would be clear to me
All
if I
right.
knew what I
Let me
was
say this.
hearing.
Last night there was a live, and Mr. Paxton, respectfully, Mr. Paxton, if you are listening, this is not a dig towards you or your channel. We just had a live with Quiet Storm, and everyone was referring back to like, seeming like the nonchalantness of, excuse my tongue twist, uh, the family of Diamond and Michael. So it made me think about being on Mr. Paxton's channel last night with his live, with his interview with Miss Wynn. So Diamond and Michael came in the chat, and then everyone saw, and people were saying they're here. And so I was like, I dropped in and I said, well, can you all at least acknowledge them that they're here? Diamond says that she does not need no acknowledgement. And initially started with uh, Michael saying clout chasing is a drug. That's what he started off
Mm-hmm.
in the chat,
Uh huh.
and then the sister followed suit. So
Okay.
what I'm saying from the live tonight with Quiet Storm and Dr. Charles is saying like, okay, if it seems like they don't care, it's really kind of looking that way. That's the point I really want to make of this. I know it sounds like I'm going in riddles, but I was doing that to protect, your
Right.
channel,
And I
and check.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. Um,
Yeah, so because I didn't want to look like a dog, bring a bone, carry a bone.
right.
No, but it goes hand in hand. So
Right.
basically, they were Diamond was basically saying that they want people to stop talking about their mother because to them it's clout chasing.
Okay. Well, that might be her opinion, but
Yes,
that may not necessarily be the case with all content creators. I can't speak for other content creators. I can only speak about myself.
right.
And I my main concern is Angie Stone and what happened. Angie, I noticed when Angie came forward on her live and gave her truth about what was going on with her royalties. That's when I took notice. I didn't see it at the time, but I saw it a little later, and because I am a fan. I cared about
We
that
are.
because
Yes.
I mean, we're all fans of hers,
Hmm.
and everybody that is here and paying attention to this whole case. Um, we care about her as fans, and I think we she loved us just as much as we loved her, um,
Right.
and that's why she came out to her fans to let everybody know what was going on. With her doing that, this is more of a continuation of that because of the events that have transpired since then. Um, I've always been a I've always looked at things on a common sense basis. I'm
Yes.
not here for the nefarious, you know, uh, gossip, things of that
Right.
nature, trying to turn things into something that it's not. So that's like I said, I can only speak for myself.
Right. I
If something
understand that.
happened, if something happened nefarious to her, then whoever did it to her should pay the price for that. And that's what I stand on. If that's clout chasing, I'm sorry.
Don't
I'm
put it
not
on
trying to.
yourself. I'm
Right,
just.
but I'm a content creator, so I'm speaking on my own behalf. I'm not
I
speaking on
understand
anybody
that.
else because other people are doing their own thing with the Angie Stone movement. I I'm not with them. I'm with me. This is for me. I'm doing this
Right.
for me. So,
Right. But I just wanted to mention that it's because I mean, everything is possibly, research and everything and trying to investigate. But at the end of the day, really looking at all of this
mhm.
happening, if they're not willing to fight, then what do you do? It's an endless cause. I mean, not saying it like that in a nasty or
Right,
derogatory
I
way, but
understand. I understand, but Angie Stone still is was a public figure. And
yes,
this is par for the course when you're a public figure.
right,
This and because we did have a love for her, we
of
want to
course,
know, if the kids are, cool with whatever took place, that's their prerogative.
right,
I don't, it's not for me to judge them at all. That
right,
was their mother, and they have every right to feel the way they feel. Um, the bottom line is that those are those of us who want whoever did this to her
right,
to pay.
right,
It has no bearing on whether the parent, I mean, I'm sorry, the children want this, wants people to stop talking about her or not, because it is what it is. There's nothing more. Yeah, I mean, just like someone in the chat said, this is higher than the adult children. This is what's right is right. What's wrong is wrong.
right,
And you can yell from the rafters, this was wrong, this was wrong, this was wrong until you're blue in the face.
right,
But we can't do it just for the children of Angie Stone. We want it to be known not only just for the children, but for the industry as well. Because
right,
this is something, it didn't start with Angie. But
Right.
this has been something that's been going on and on and on and on. We've lost some very precious people in this industry.
Yes, you're right about that.
Time
Yes,
after
ma'am.
time after time, when they spoke out, they end up gone. And again, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Prince, people speak out. We've lost some beautiful people
Right.
from our era that mean a lot
Right.
to us. Maybe they don't mean as much to the younger people as they mean to us.
Well, really, they don't have much knowledge.
That part.
Yes.
But this is something needs to. I mean, it's like justice is crying out to be resolved. I mean, it's just not Angie. Angie
Right.
brought it out to the forefront even more so because she went public with it, just like Michael went public with it, just like Prince said what he had to say. I think even Whitney had a few words to say, but Angie went on her own private platform and said, "This is what's happening with me, and I know who's doing it to me.
Right.
I want my coins."
Right.
And shortly thereafter, she's gone. And
That's true.
it's just, I mean, yeah, it looks like a horrible accident. And I've always felt like it was a horrible accident. But
No, I mean I hear you, but
I'm really starting
even
to
Stevie Wonder
believe,
should be able to see this.
yeah, I'm starting to believe that there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than just Angie's royalties or just Angie Stone, period. This is a rabbit hole that's just
Right.
it's more than just Angie. It's more than
Yes.
just the kids. This is something that's going on in the industry that is raising its ugly head and needs to be addressed because we've got a lot more people in the industry that could potentially lose their lives or
True.
potentially lose their royalties. You know, I mean, if you don't know, you don't know. But
You're
people need
right.
to know.
Yes.
Yes. So, I
Well, thank
mean,
you for letting me come up and
I
like I said,
appreciate
it's
you. Yes, I
excuse the chat.
appreciate
It
you.
sounded like if I was baffling, but I was trying to protect you on
I
your channel. I
understand,
didn't want nobody
sweetheart.
coming after you as like this
I'm
wasn't
getting kind
about
of used
drama,
to
none of
that.
that kind of stuff.
You know what? I'm getting kind of used to I got
Yes.
one coming after me that I ain't never talked to in my entire life.
Right. Right.
I ain't thinking about her.
Yes.
I ain't thinking about her.
Okay. I'm gonna go in
But
the chat, Auntie.
oh, cool. Okay, sweetheart. Thank you so much for coming up.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Bye bye.
God bless you. Is there anybody else that wants to come up and say a few words here? I think this is basically what we wanted to talk about. We wanted to talk about uh, the previous live. So anybody that wants to come forward and add to this conversation, I welcome you up. I can put the invite in the chat for you. Yes, outside looking in, we are not children over here. This is boots on the ground. And yes, Benjamin, this is much bigger than Angie. Yes, Angie is why we're here. Absolutely, Big Mama. All of us, I believe we're here for the same reason. We're tired. We're tired of all this. We losing some beautiful people, beautiful, talented people behind foolishness, behind greed, behind just nefariousness. Millionaires, did you want to come up, sweetheart? Put a one in the chat if you want to come up. I'm going to put this in the chat. And if you want to come up, sweetheart, you are free to come up. And a couple more people could also come up. I mean, we can have a discussion. We grown. We grown folks. And we're not here to bash nobody, but we need to bring out some things. We just need to bring out and discuss some things that aren't even been talked about yet. Okay, millionaires, it's in the chat, sweetheart. Just click on the link. I'd love to have you up. Yes, protected by God. You and me both, Vicky. That's my cut. That took me, man, that took me out of a dark, dark place, Vicky. I know exactly what you're talking about. Deanne said, well said, Auntie Mickey. Wrong place, so I have to come on another time, but seems like they're trying to shut it down so they can move on while spending the... Wow. That's, it is what it is. Love to have you. Hey, Million. Yes, protected by God.
Hello.
I got you on. Can you turn your device down in the background?
Hello.
Okay, can you hear me, love?
Hello.
Can you hear me, love? You're gonna have to turn your radio or your device down in the background. Can y'all hear me in the chat? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me clearly. Okay. Million, can you hear me, sweetheart? Okay, let me remove this one.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now, sweetie. Can you hear me?
Um,
You're going to
can
have
you
to
hear
turn
me?
that. I can hear you, love, but I think you're
Can you hear
listening
me?
to. Yes, but I think you're listening to the device behind you. You're going to have to turn that down and listen.
Hello.
Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
Hello.
You can't hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sweetheart. I believe you have a delay. I think you might have some kind of a delay going on, love. Okay. Okay, millionaire baby. We I think there's some kind of a lagging going on. Let me try and pull you up one more time, okay? Can you hear me, love? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna put the link in the chat one more time. Anyone else want to come up so we can have a grown folk conversation on this matter? Yeah, if she mutes her device, then she wouldn't be able to hear. But then in the same token, uh, don't get me to lying. Shoot, I'm still trying to get this thing myself. Yes, Benjamin, I love me some Phyllis Hyman. That was that was tragic as well. Hi, Fonda. How are you, sweetie? I wouldn't mind, but don't want to use camera for now. You don't have to use the camera, Benjamin. You can just come in. You can turn your camera off. I'm going to try Millionaire's Cove one more time. Okay, love, can you
Oh,
hear me? Can you hear me, sweetheart? I don't think you're hearing me. Oh, I hear you, honey. Would come up. Would have came up 10 minutes. Sorry about that. Something I'm doing wrong. It's okay, sweetheart. I understand. I had problems too, so don't worry about it. But I'll try to pay attention more to the chat. Okay, it doesn't look like it's gonna work out for us. I'll try one more time, and then we'll have to move on. Millionaire's Cove, can you hear me now?
can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Yes.
It sounds like you got a delay, a bad delay.
Yes, I was on Quiet Storms live today, and I did put a question in his box, but I guess he didn't hear me.
Okay, I can hear you. Go ahead, sweetheart. Are you still there, Millionaire's Cove? Okay, I'm going to bring up Faith. Once Faith gets connected, make sure that you enable your microphone. Hi, Nikki Patterson. Yeah, I think that's what's going on more to life. I'm sorry, Mdrid 22. I think she's still listening on another device. It's hard to say. I can't tell from this point. Hello, loving myself. Good to see you, sweetie. Okay, sweetheart, I'm so sorry it didn't work out, but I appreciate you still staying here in the chat. These likes are low. Yes, yes. I don't even know how many likes I got. I can't tell. I can't see them from here. Let me see something real. Okay, yeah. Boss 302 said, "Let's not lose focus worrying about Angie's children. I have lost respect for Michael and Diamond. We the fans want justice for Angie Stone, period." Yes, and you're entitled. You're entitled to that opinion, exactly. The topic we're basically talking about, Fonda. We're talking about the information that Quiet Storm brought up on his platform just prior to this live, and it was very interesting. He brought forth a lot of information, very questionable information that put the radar up on all of us, had us thinking. I mean, it confirmed what we kind of already knew, that Shells is not a good person. Oh, thank you, Deanne. Thank you. You do have a question. Okay, Millionaire's Cove, what is your question, dear? Soon as I see it, I'm going to put it on the screen. Soon as I see it, I'll put it up on the screen. And you guys, thank you for your patience. Struggle streaming is real. Thank you, Benjamin. Benjamin, did you want to come up, love? I saw you tried. And Benjamin, he be coming up with some good questions in this chat, in both this one and the Quiet Storms chat. Very good questions to give you something to think about. Because we don't want to just take a bone and run with it. You really want to use plain and common sense when you receive information. You want to be able to dissect it properly. Miss Lady T said it's truly sad how all these people are connected and did Angie dirty. Yes, that's that part right there. Hi, God's child. How are you? M Dread 22. My first live with you, Auntie Mickey. Saw you first on Quiet Storm. You are a beautiful person. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, let me put this up, sweetheart. All of this info that Quiet Storm is collecting, how will that help Angie and her children? Will he be turning it into someone? It really doesn't seem like any detectives are doing anything. And that's a wonderful question. That's an absolute wonderful question. Because it's got to go further than just YouTube. I mean, think about it. YouTube doesn't hold any power to prosecute anybody for nefarious activity. So, again, I would hope that this information that he's dug up will go to others that are in a position to do something even more about that. Yes. Hi, CJ.
Hi,
Can
good evening.
good evening to you.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
That's good. I just came on the show to ask this question. Like, has anyone reached out to Shayna to see like exactly what is her motive and how is she in charge of everything? Has anybody reached out to her?
I couldn't tell you that. It doesn't look like it. Um, it looks, I mean, and again, I don't want to speculate,
Right,
but I think that, people are, maybe possibly trying to. That I'm trying to, I'm speculating. But right now, she's leaving a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Close to her, close to the family, and even
oh
close to
wow.
all of us, So, with all the documents being dug up and, there's just so much information out there. But
Right,
you proved a good point. Has anybody attempted to discuss anything with her?
right. Because
That's
I
a
would
very good
definitely love to
question.
hear her side of the story. Like, how was
Right.
she put in charge of everything?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, some people that are closer to Angie have indicated that she's not a very good person.
Oh,
They're hoping and praying that they uh, really get it and see
right,
this person for who they are. And until that happens, we can say all we want, but until
right,
those two offspring of Angie really look at the situation and look at her and look at all of this and make a decision for themselves, there's nothing we can do or say about it. But
right,
if there's any unlawful, if there's some nefarious type of, this man got me saying nefarious all over the place. But if there's some wrongful,
right,
illegal activity going on involved with her and the Angie Stone estate or anything, even, relative to why Angie is no longer here.
Exactly.
There needs to be some justice for that, plain and simple, no matter what the kids say,
I
you
agree.
know. So, I mean, that's where my head is at. I'm like, we lost a beautiful woman that was
Yes.
highly talented and had so much left in her for us to enjoy for the rest of our lives. This
Right.
music is going to carry on forever. And, from what I understand, and I always got the impression in watching her in her concerts, in her videos back in the day, that she always had that real sweet spirit and
Right.
cared about people. Then I saw her live stream, and when she was talking about her royalties, she still had such a kind, sweet spirit.
Yeah, she did.
And she didn't deserve, look at the young people that she was putting up on that platform with her, and
Exactly.
giving them an opportunity to be something in this industry. And she was holding people's hands and just bringing them up, to be signed and things like that. That takes a real kind spirit in a really dark industry.
Oh yeah.
So, she was one of the few lights in the industry, and for her to be extinguished out is an injustice, not just to her, but to us.
Right. That's so true. That is
And
so true.
I would just hope and pray that if anything comes up out of this, if the kids don't want people talking about Angie Storm, I'm sorry, we can't help you with that one,
Right.
because she belonged to us too. I know that was your mother, but she was a public figure, and she uh, did something for all of us, and we care. you know we're not going to go away and run and scattle away because you know you don't want to talk about it anymore. You don't have to talk about it. We'll do that.
Right.
If there's a law has been broken in the name of Angie Stone, then doggone it, they need to pay for it.
That is
Point blank,
true.
period. Point blank.
I definitely agree.
Yeah.
But I just hope somebody, either Quiet Storm or Paperwork or somebody, reach out to Shayna to hear her side of the story and find out, how was she put in charge of everything.
Yeah, I would hope that somebody would get down to the bottom of that. I don't know of anyone that has reached out.
Or maybe you can reach out to her.
Hmm.
Come on, Auntie.
That's never
I
know.
mean, somebody has to do it.
If I could find a way, maybe I can try.
Right.
Maybe I can try.
Yeah, I would love
But
to see her on
again,
the show just to, hear her side of the story about everything.
hmm hmm
Yep.
but hey, I'll put it to you like this: Quiet Storm wound up on my platform by showing up in my chat.
Oh, wow.
That's how this got started. I used
Right.
to make video, and just for those of you who don't know how I got into this, uh, Stone Paxton was making his videos about why Angie Stone said my name, and I was very inspired by his videos. He was a close friend of hers,
Right.
and with everything that he said, again, I try to use plain and common sense when I think. And based on everything that I was hearing from his videos, I did reaction videos off of those.
Oh,
And
okay.
so that's kind of how I ended up here. So you never know. Could you hold on for just a second?
Sure.
Let me put you on hold for just a second. Okay, sorry about that. That was my
No, it's all right.
grandson. So, I mean, if I hope that if that answers your question, but again, I'm not I'm not a private investigator or anything like that. I don't have the
Right.
wherewithal to dig or anything like that. But she meant a lot to me, and
Yeah.
that's my main concern. She meant a lot to me. So, is there anybody else that wanted to come up to the platform and have your say?
But it was a pleasure speaking to you, Auntie Mickey.
Well, thank you, CJ. I appreciate you coming to the platform. Is there anything you'd like to say about Angie?
Um, I'm just kind of devastated because I was really looking forward to seeing her at the game here in Baltimore.
The
I actually,
CIAA?
yes, I was actually there and I bought a ticket because I was looking to see her, and that happened. So
Oh, wow. That
yeah.
yeah, my son used to play in the CIAA, so
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, long time ago. Not that long ago,
Wow.
but long ago enough for me to at least travel down there to see him play.
Right.
So I'm familiar with it. Yeah, that's a nice tournament. Very
Yeah.
nice. So, well, I'm sorry you didn't get to see her in concert or in person, I should say.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming up here,
Oh, you're
sweetheart.
welcome.
I
Thank you so much for
appreciate it.
having me.
Thank
Have a
you.
good evening.
You too. Okay. Is there anybody else that would like to join us up here? Yes, Brittany Lynch. You said it. You said it. She played an integral part in discovering a lot of artists. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to put the link in the chat one more time. If anyone would like to come up and say their piece about what was discussed this afternoon, I welcome you to the platform. Oh, okay. Paperwork called her. Okay. Didn't know that. I don't watch paperwork a whole lot. I used to. I don't anymore. Wow. Well, that is very interesting. Huh. Okay. Lorraine said, uh oh, wait a second. What is going on with this? This chat is jumping all over the place. Miss Lady T said, Auntie Mickey, thanks for all you are doing and you having great energy. We are grown folks over here, period. Thank you so much. Lorraine said, do you think Shaina is setting up her next big move? According to Sheila, Shaina was sitting in the attorney's office with Michael, Diamond, and Sheila as the attorney discussed a wrongful death lawsuit. Good question. Anybody have any answers to that? Because I'm sure Shayna's setting up whatever move she could possibly make to wiggle out of all this, if that's if that's even possible. Brittany Lynch said it. I've been saying the same thing ever since I saw her lives. Angie should have been very wealthy. She could have retired just off of discovering artists. Wow. Yeah, you know what else is strange, DN? Somebody keeps jumping in my back chat now with a mask on. I'm going to tell it. Y'all can't see it, but I can. And they're waving, saying things like, I miss you. I'm going to tell everything they do when they pop on here. Yeah, that was Vicky. Yeah, that was something else. Yeah. All of y'all in the chat, just letting you know that somebody is popping into the back room, so to speak. They're using the link that I put in the chat clearly to come up. And they're sitting back there with a mask on, a ski mask over their head, and they're waving, and it said, I miss you. Okay, Urban, I'm going to bring you back up, sweetheart.
Um,
Hello,
Auntie,
sweetie. Yes.
I'm not pleased. Um, I know you're older than me, but can I make a suggestion for all
Yes,
of
ma'am.
us,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
mainly you right now? Can you end this live this way? Nobody has your StreamYard link. Don't do no more StreamYard for the night.
Okay, hon. I will
If you're gonna
I will end it right
get back
now.
on because I'll talk to you afterwards, whatever. But it's not looking pretty over here, Auntie.
Okay, love. I'm going to end it right now.
Okay, all
You
right, thank you.
guys, I'm out, y'all. You heard that?
Mhm.
Peace.
Hey Mickey, hey Mickey. Oh Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Oh Mickey, you're so fine, you. Oh Mickey, you're so fine.
The like button, it don't cost you nothing.